Cardinals lose yet another heartbreaker here today, 20-17. They fall to 6-5 on the season, and this replay certainly sums things up in New England here today. Lisa Matthews here with you, joined alongside Kyle Odegard. And before we dive into this one, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our official YouTube channel for complete coverage following today's game. Now, Kyle, the Cardinals now have lost 3 of the last 4 games after that Hail Mary, that big win against the Bills. The Cardinals are now finding ways to lose. Just your initial reaction following this one?
Yeah, it certainly seemed like this one was there to be had. Cardinals had a lot of different opportunities to grab control of this game, and to me, a lot of it came down to little plays. The Kenyon Drake non-touchdown at the end of the first half, obviously the missed field goal at the end by Zane Gonzalez, and the Isaiah Simmons penalty. A lot of little plays added up, and in a game that felt like kind of a coin flip, it was, and the Cardinals came up on the wrong end of it.
Which is frustrating, knowing that we were talking the pregame show, the Patriots, a pretty mediocre team. Obviously, you know that Bill Belichick will take advantage of those mistakes, and that's exactly what they did here today. In fact, let's take a look here at how things unfolded in today's highlights. Now, first quarter for the Arizona Cardinals, the defense started things off strong here. A blitz forces an interception. Golden with the pick. It's his first career interception here. And of course gets the spark here for the Cardinals. And then Andy Isabella showing up here in his homecoming. Takes it for 19 yards. Then it is 2nd and goal. Drake takes it in for 6 here. Scores the first touchdown. Get this, on the opening drive, making it 7-0. Arizona Cardinals back on offense here, backed up on their 5, but Drake gains 14 on the first play of the drive out of danger zone there. Then Murray connects here with D-Hop for 16 yards. Just a big play and a good moment here for the Cardinals. Cards can still get some points here, and they settle for a field goal. Gonzalez 47 yards out, and it makes it 10-0 Cardinals.
They definitely played well early, finally got that fast start.
But certainly missing Trent Sherfield. Of course, we know he's on the COVID-19 list here. Miss him on special teams. Check this out, a long kickoff return going for 53 yards, and it will not be the last time we see them take advantage here on special teams. Just some missed tackles. In second quarter, the Pats are in business now, and it's running back James White who takes the option pitch on 4th and 2nd, actually, for the touchdown, making it 10-7. 3rd and 7, and it's rookie Isaiah Simmons here with his 2nd career sack. He had a mixed bag of plays in this game. We'll get more into that a little bit later on. Now the Cards facing a 3rd down themselves, and an incredible play by Murray. Backpedaling here, connects with Dan Arnold for 17 yards. Truly an incredible play. Then we see Drake. They're trying to get physical up front, running the ball. O-line, shout out to them. Trying to get in the end zone here, and Keyshawn with a chance to get some points before the half, just short. He stretches out, but unfortunately on replay they call it short of the goal line, no touchdown. And then another chance here, Drake going up the gut, and he is stuffed at the goal line to end the half. The Cards still up though, 10-7. Third
I like
quarter.
The call.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good decision by Cliff. It obviously didn't work out.
And here we see another missed opportunity on special teams, missed tackles. He goes all the way for the touchdown for the Pats, but look at this block right here. They call a penalty going in favor of the Cardinals here. So they get a break. They do not get the touchdown here. This one goes back, but they still get some points. Now tied up, 10-10. Cardinals, again, get into some trouble here. It's 3rd and 3. Kyler's pass. It's tipped up in the air and intercepted. Patriots take over on the 31 of Arizona. And you know what they do? They take advantage of mistakes here. White with the touchdown, making it 17-10. Pats, they take the lead. Moving along here into the 4th quarter. Drake in the run game taking over a little bit, started to get more physical. Drake runs for about 14 yards here, gets the first down, and he wants it. He goes up to the goal line, says, "Give me that ball," and he gets it in. He punches it in for his 2nd touchdown of the day, and that makes it 17 20-17. That was the first point since the first quarter. A big, obviously, storyline here today. Now this, it looked like it was going to go in Cardinals' favor. They get the interception, an opportune time here. Drake Kirkpatrick with the pick. Cardinals ball.
Did feel like that might be the game-changing play.
Well, here's the game-changing play. The missed field goal here by Zane Gonzalez, 45 yards out. He misses it just right. Zane, we are all feeling that right now. That face says everything. Now the Pats get the ball back, and it's Simmons here with a tough call here, a personal foul on Cam Newton as he runs for it. Looks like helmet to helmet, and the Pats are ready to win this with a field goal. And they do. They get the win here, 20-17. Again, a lot of just missed opportunities, mistakes plagued this team in this one, and it's tough to see the Cardinals fall. Obviously, when you look at this game, Kyle, we knew that coming into this, the Cardinals just need to keep pace in this race in the NFC West, not a game you want to go down in.
Yeah, it seemed like the Cardinals had a chance to win that game, especially late after that Kirkpatrick pick. And you're right. Now it's going to be a serious uphill climb to stay within striking distance of the Seahawks and the Rams. And at this point, the wild card berth feels like the more likely path to the playoffs, more so than the NFC West.
And let's take a look here at the final stats. I mean, the Cardinals, it looked like they wanted to run the ball. They were physical, but obviously we see here they got 110 rushing yards there versus 138, a good rushing team. The Patriots passing yard. I mean, Cam Newton did not play at an elite level. We'll get into his stats a little later, but it was tough to see them go down in this one. Definitely missed opportune times for the Arizona Cardinals. Now let's head up to the booth with the guys who had today's call, a frustrating one, Dave Pasch, Ron Wolfley. And guys, we talked about it in the pregame show. We believe that starting fast was a major key in this one. They did that, but fizzled out. What went wrong here?
Wolf, I don't know if you want to start, but all I would say is I just don't understand offensively what happened today. I mean, you had a 10-0 lead, you had the short field, you have all the momentum, and then you didn't score again until the second half. Offensively, the Cardinals ran the ball between the tackles. They ran it well, but you had no explosive plays. Your biggest play was on the first play, that jet sweep pass to Andy Isabella. That went for 19 yards. That was the biggest play of the game. The explosive plays are gone from this offense, and that's what I mean when I don't understand what's going on with the offense. It's not the play calling. It's just the fact, where are the explosive plays? Defenses are playing Kyler Murray in a way that I think we'll see the rest of the year. They're trying to keep him in the pocket, say, okay, read coverage, beat us by throwing the ball, and right now he's not doing that. The Cardinals do not have big plays right now offensively.
That's exactly right, David. That's exactly what other teams are going to do to Kyler Murray in this offense right now. As we all know, the offense has been the strength of the Arizona Cardinals football team up until this point. It really hasn't been that way over the last 3-4 weeks in terms of how they were going to grow and develop. And we're not seeing them actually develop the way that I thought that they would. Running the ball in between the tackles, that is a base play for this offense. They've got to have that. I thought they did much better in regard to that. But to Dave's point, this is what defenses are going to do. They're going to keep Kyler Murray in the pocket. They're going to protect the edge, play heavy on the edge, not let him get outside of the edge, and they're going to force him to make throws down the field.
And Dave, how big of a culprit was the special teams play for the Cardinals today?
Yeah, obviously Kyle was bad, right? Bad punt by Andy Lee. I think the Cardinals were fortunate they called a blindside block on that punt return. Otherwise, it's a touchdown for New England. You had the kickoff return. Jeff Rodgers is an excellent special teams coach. So the mistakes were magnified today, I think, because the offense didn't play very well. But you had the long kickoff return, and you had the punt return that led to points for the Patriots, and then obviously the missed field goal by Zane Gonzalez. I think, right now you've lost 3 of 4. You're a Hail Mary away from being, on a 4-game skid at 5-6 with the stretch run coming, and I think you've got a big decision to make right now about Zane. I mean, you hate to say that going into December, but you really have to decide right now whether he's the guy the rest of the year. And if he is, fine. Make that decision. Let him know you're our guy and we trust you. And if not, you got to make a move soon.
Ron, do you agree? Is it fair to say that field goal is now officially a problem for this team?
Yes, I definitely think so right now. I don't know how else you would say it, right? I mean, you got to be able to kick a 49-yard field goal. We saw him miss that. You have to be able to kick a 45-yard field goal here today. And when you talk about your punter struggling and your kicker struggling in terms of confidence right now, boy, that really is not good. When your skill position players, and that's what a punter and a kicker is for your special teams, skill players, when their confidence is waning and you're struggling, you're really standing behind the 8 ball, and I think that's where they're at right now. But Jeff Rodgers, to Dave's point, is a great special teams coach. I'm sure he's going to figure it out.
Well, when you look big picture at this team, I mean, they've been competitive in every single game except one in Carolina, but the losses are piling up a little bit. Is there any big issue that you see? Is it the offense where it's not clicking like it was?
Man, I'll tell you what, Kyle, it's amazing because I said this from, I would say, maybe the first month of the season after September was over. But this is a team that has a personality, and every team seems to have a personality if you really look closely. And this one is they have a tendency of being able to play up to their competition and down to their competition, up to their competition and down. And a lot of times that's symptomatic of having a young franchise quarterback, knowing how important the leadership role is at the quarterback position in the NFL. It is critical. It's the reason why you have franchise quarterbacks. It's the reason why you pay franchise quarterbacks, because of the impact they have on a team. And right now, the Arizona Cardinals have a wild Mustang, a guy that is super talented in Kyler Murray, but a guy that has got to learn and go through the process of what it means to be a franchise quarterback and to lead.
This is the biggest test of the Cliff and Kyler era right here. The mettle of this team, the coaching staff, the locker room, the leadership of the team, your young franchise quarterback, this is their biggest test. We knew this was going to be a transition year. Cardinals got off to a great start, but they're playing their worst football right now. But you got enough time here? Can you figure it out? Can you make the necessary adjustments here, make some personnel decisions if need be, maybe get some guys who have been banged up healthy again, and get going in the right direction for the stretch run? Because, depending on what happens in this Chicago-Green Bay game, it's a break that this is the year you get that extra playoff team, and who knows, maybe we'll get another playoff team added depending on what the league does. And it looked like the Cardinals were a sure thing to get in, but that's obviously not the case anymore with this loss today.
Yeah, guys, it's definitely perplexing just seeing things sizzle out here specifically for this offense. They gained just 29 total yards on 3 possessions in the third quarter. What can you pinpoint right now? Dave, I'll ask you first as the problem here.
Well, I think it goes back to what I said earlier where, Lisa, Bill Belichick did the same thing really that Seattle did, and that's, Kyler Murray, go ahead, drop back, read coverage, make a decision throwing the ball, and we'll live with that. You don't see big plays. It looks at times like Kyler's confused. We certainly know in the Seattle game there were guys open, and he wasn't throwing the ball. Is he holding it too long? Is he not seeing the field? I don't know. But, again, this is probably the most adversity that Kyler's faced yet in the NFL, where everybody's talking about you for a while as an MVP candidate. You make the throw to DeAndre Hopkins, you're on top of the world. But think about what's happened since then. You've got 2 losses, you're not playing good football, and you got the Rams coming here. So I think overall, offensively, when you're one-dimensional, which is what they've made Kyler now for the most part, you've got to, either from a coaching standpoint or Kyler himself, has to adjust and be better throwing the ball.
Yeah, for me, this is really simple right here. Don't let Kyler Murray beat you with his legs. Keep him in the pocket. Rush 5, probably not 4. Rush 5, collapse a pocket around him. Mix it up playing man and zone. That's the way to beat Kyler Murray. Force him to throw the ball down the field to find the open receiver. That's going to be the game plan defensively for all of December for every defensive coordinator that comes in to play the Arizona Cardinals.
All right, guys, thanks for your time. Big game coming up next week against the Rams. We'll see you then.
All right. Thanks.
It's now time to take a look at the FedEx air-to-ground quarterback comparison between Kyler Murray and Cam Newton. Two former first-round overall picks going head-to-head here today. And again, not a particularly special game from Newton, but he gets the W at the end of the day. 2 picks thrown in this one.
Yeah, a really incredible job by the Cardinals defense. Look at those numbers, 9 of 18 for 84 yards and 2 interceptions. It's a shame that the Cardinals defensive performance went to waste, because that was one of the best games they've played all season. They really locked down Newton. The scores were oftentimes on short fields, and the touchdown came on 4th and 2. So I just thought the defense played great, and it was really illustrated in those stats the way they slowed down Newton.
Yeah, you certainly couldn't have asked more from your defense, especially given the fact that they're missing so many key pieces here today. Let's hear from head coach Cliff Kingsbury following this loss, 20-17 here today.
No, we didn't do enough because we didn't win it. Got to give them credit. They made some big plays at the end, and we didn't.
Cliff, Kyler had 31 rushing yards today. What would you attribute that to? Was it play calling? Was it just his decision making? Was it the defense?
They definitely were keyed in on the him running it. Thought he made good decisions when to run it, and was efficient in that. So I'd say that would be about it.
Coach, can you walk us through that sequence right before the end of the first half there, right at the end of the first half?
Yeah, thought we got in. Then obviously Key's knee was down short and came with a 4th and 6 inches, and couldn't see if he got in or not. He went low and it got crowded in there, and I don't think anybody could really tell if he got over, but got to give them credit for that stop.
Next up, please, we'll go Mark, Catherine, Kent.
Hey, Coach, where's your level of belief right now in Zane Gonzalez after the miss today?
He's been good a lot of the time. Obviously, there's a couple kicks that we'd like to have back, but I think he's kicked the ball well for us over the last 2 seasons. We got to be able to come up with that. So we'll just keep working.
Hey, Cliff, how much did you guys draw up differently today to give Kyler a little more protection for his shoulder? Was that a factor in anything?
No, I don't think so. I think he was feeling pretty good, and I thought he really played an efficient game. Took what was there, checked it down, ran when he needed to run. Gave us a chance to win at the end.
Overall, Cliff, what do you think are the reasons for the struggles offensively the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think New England had a good plan. I think, once again, we had some opportunities and didn't take advantage of it, didn't have a ton of possessions. So needed to maximize the ones we did have, and weren't able to do that.
Next up, please, Bob, Sierra, and John.
Yeah, Kyle, there's that stat that the Cardinals are 1-8-1 when Kyler is held to less than 31 yards rushing. Well, today he had 31, still not enough. But did you see that he was any more hesitant running the ball to you?
I didn't really notice that. I agree with Coach Kingsbury, where it seemed like New England was not going to let him keep the ball on those zone reads, and they were going to force the Cardinals to use their running backs. And I thought the Patriots did a nice job of limiting Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds even while watching Kyler Murray. So I thought they had a good game plan, and you figure if a team is stopping the run that well, that there might be some holes in the coverage when you drop back. But the Cardinals didn't move the ball very well through the air either. So they have to figure something out. Usually a team's going to let you do something offensively and you have to take advantage, but the Cardinals offense was not able to do so.
Well, despite the loss, still a bright side in this one. It looks like we can pick our SRP Power Performer, brought to you by SRP. And we are going with Kenyon Drake in today's game. He had 2 touchdowns. Got to give it to him. Of course, he had 78 yards rushing. So although it seemed like things weren't really clicking in the ground game, he still did get into the end zone, Kyle, and gave them a chance.
Yeah, I thought he did a nice job of running north and south, and there wasn't a ton of room for Kenyon Drake to run in this game, but he churned out some pretty tough yards. Obviously, the big one that he didn't get was that 4th and goal from the 6-inch line. That would have really capped his day and would have changed the perplexion of the game. So I thought he played well, but just being short on that one play very much could have been the difference between a win and a loss.
Let's take a look at our Toro ground stats. Perfect segue into this one. The way that the Cardinals ran the ball on the ground, of course, going up against a very good running team against the Patriots here.
Yeah, and defensively, once again, they did a nice job stopping the run. I mean, overall, the defense just played so well, and you figured that the offense against a New England defense that's pretty average, that they would have scored more points and moved the ball better. It just didn't happen, whether it was running the ball or passing it. But I think the Cardinals do have to figure out a way to get back to that super efficient rushing attack, because last season at the end was really good. The beginning of this season, it was really good. And these last couple of games, it hasn't been there. And I think for the offense to really get going, they have to get that efficiency back up.
Yeah, it definitely starts up front. In fact, let's hear from one of the big men up front, Justin Pugh, at the podium.
Yeah, obviously they were scheming it. We got to do a better job of running the ball effectively on first and second down, putting us in manageable third down situations. And they made the biggest plays, the biggest moments, and we didn't. And we're sitting here at 6-5. We got 5 games in front of us. We got to go out there and we got to win some games.
Hey, Justin, obviously you came back and played, but what was happening injury-wise and how are you feeling?
I just rolled an ankle. I came off. I got taped up. I probably could have came back in that drive. They just wanted to check it. And I came right back in after that. No issues.
Justin, you mentioned the pressure ahead of you guys with only 6 wins now and 5 to go. Does the leadership on this team give you the belief that you guys will galvanize and fight and get 4 out of 5 to make sure you're in?
Yeah, we're going to find out what we're made of. I always say adversity, and when things don't go your way, you find out the character of the men in the room, and I know the character of the men we have. So I'm excited. We have to look at it that way, and we have to go out there and we have to fight. We have to battle. Nothing's easy. Nothing's given to you in the NFL, and we got to go out there and we got to earn it.
Next up, we have Cam, Craig, and Greg.
Hey, Justin, can you take us through that 4th and 1 at the end of the half? How frustrating is that not to be able to get 1 yard and punch that in there?
Yeah, it was tough. That's on the offensive line. We got to convert that. That's one that's going to haunt us. We're going to watch the film and a lot of what ifs. And like I said earlier, they made plays at the biggest moments and we didn't, and that's the difference in that game. We convert that one. It's a total different ball game. So we're going to look back and we're going to be angry. We're going to be upset. But we got to, let that stew for 24 hours and then get over it and move on to the next one.
Yeah, Cardinals definitely under pressure after this loss, especially down this stretch, Kyle, here. Rams coming into town next week.
Yeah, no doubt. Everything's getting tight. You look at, the overall standings, and the Cardinals are in a big fight for the playoffs at this point. So they would have loved to have had that one, but they are definitely right in the middle of it.
It's now time to take a look at the scores around the league right now. A lot of games finishing up. Some starting. San Francisco is up 7-3 early in the first against the Rams there, so something to keep your eye on. And, of course, later on in the week, we have Seattle facing the Eagles Monday Night Football. But this is just such a thin race here in the NFC West, which makes this loss, Kyle, we keep saying it, that much more frustrating. Cardinals now 6-5. Really needed a win here today just to keep pace.
Yeah, and Seattle's got a pretty easy schedule this next month or so. So at this point, it's going to be tough to catch the Seahawks, provided they keep playing like they are. And then you start looking at the Vikings score, and now you're watching the Bears. There's going to be a lot of scoreboard watching because the Cardinals are still in that 7th spot in the NFC right now, but there's going to be some teams on their heels trying to catch them for a wild card berth.
Yeah, this definitely will be a tough loss to digest looking back. But hey, come hang with us tomorrow morning for the Morning Scramble as we just try to digest this one starting at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Grab your coffee. I promise we'll make you feel a little better as you get your week started and look ahead to that Rams game. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us here from State Farm Stadium. We will see you next week. Be sure to click that like button and subscribe to our official YouTube channel for all of our exclusive coverage. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week, everyone.